We're live.
Bam. Fucking live.
Boom, boom. Not properly, though. 15 more minutes until the actual feature starts, so get the fuck comfortable.
Sit back. Getting a primer beer into me before I grab another one. Go live on Twitch too.
All right, buddy. Lift off.
Bam. Hear lots of jamming, smacking something.
Oh, that's my mechanical keyboard. That's how professional I am, man.
Whoa.
You proud of me, man?
Yeah, fuck yeah. What switches do you have?
Shit, I don't know. I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
I'm not proud of you anymore.
Failed! It was all for nothing.
You're all talking.
Actually, listen to this. This will make you really proud. I bought this pre-made computer from the internet, and it came with this mechanical keyboard, and then I put it away for like ever, you know.
Okay.
So that was the story of that. And then one day, the battery was dead on my wireless keyboard, and I had to take this one out. And I was like, "Holy shit!" And you know what got me to keep it? I'll be perfectly honest with you. This is the kind of grown man that I am. I can change the kind of light that comes from between the keys. It goes between red, green, blue, yellow, lighter blue, purple, white, and off. Okay? And today I'm kind of...
You know you're a real man.
I'm feeling like yellow. So that's what we're going with. And yeah, that's the kind of stuff I go for when I... What ambient lighting can it add to the space, you know?
I just sent you a quick video of my computer and what it's doing right now.
Great.
Just to compare.
I'm just putting finishing touches on our
fucking ridiculous
contraptions for the evening.
Down.
Video is going live now. Private members area. And for our private members, if you're listening at this time, we do have members only chat up and rigged on our Discord. You can jump into the Discord. Yeah, right there.
We drink. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Excuse me while I format our business.
What you doing there?
I'm just doing up the members only area, all the fucking proper titling, all the proper links, so that everybody can get her going. And then I'm gonna go grab myself another beer before we start.
Yeah, when you do that, I'm going to do the same.
Alrighty. We'll be right back, friends. Enjoy the music.
Oh yeah. Hey. Hello?
Hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Well, it looks like we've come to 6:30. It's time once again. Alex, you there, pal? Alex is probably going to be back momentarily, but in the meantime, I guess I'll start us right off. Afternoon and welcome again. Afternoon and welcome once again to Gaming Under the Influence. I'm Mike, here with Alex, coming to you from our homes, actually, this evening because of a fucking terrible snowstorm in Vaughan, Ontario. Wanted to avoid the traffic. Hope you guys are doing just as well as we are. Here to talk to you this afternoon, specifically, I think, about Stardew Valley and Little Nightmares 2, which we've been enjoying this week. In the absence of any notable AAA releases in the fucking first couple of months of this year, it's actually an astounding fucking, lack. I think we were saying a week or two ago that,
Ta-da!
There you are, bud. What's
Sorry.
up? Oh, no problem.
What's going on?
Not much.
Sick. I just downed some dinner.
Excellent.
Almost missed our fucking start time. I did miss it, but that's okay.
No, it's all good. We're good
What's
and going,
going
man. Not so much. How are you, man? What'd you have for dinner there?
Doing good. I had some Greek food, some nice rice and potatoes.
That's good fuel for discussing video games.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was just telling our friends here that we've been enjoying some fucking Stardew Valley and Little Nightmares. What else have you been playing? I think there was something else on your list too, right?
I have been fucking all over the place like usual. I've been playing a little bit of Ys 9, a little bit of Final Fantasy 10, 7 Remake, I guess. I'm just like dipping my toes in everything, I'm like a little bit, I'm like at the buffet, just diving into everything here, right?
How's that working out for you? What's standing
It's
out to
okay.
your mind after all of that?
I feel like what's sticking out for some reason, Ys 9, even though I sort of expressed how there's a lot of like gamification with them like forcing all these mechanics down your throat and really just kind of also that spawn based like enemies, like the waves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that just like feels like out of place, but for some odd reason I'm still compelled to play more, right? Like it's been
I guess overall
sitting there in my mind
pretty
for a
nice
bit.
game,
So
even though it has these like unpleasant elements that we could all do without. But I felt the same way in my brief time with it too. I hope to go back to it in the near future.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good stuff, man. That's good. I'm glad to hear you're fucking enjoying all that stuff though. And you
Yeah, I had my
as well, right?
Sorry?
Little Nightmares as well. You got to try, right?
I have been playing Little Nightmares 2. I think I'm on chapter 2 now. I played a good couple hours.
I hope to get into that right when we're done this, actually.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, buddy.
So where are we headed?
So let's fucking get into one of these two things, actually. I don't know. I figure we could talk a little bit about Stardew Valley firstly, which you started and which I've been playing as well this week a little bit, and offer your thoughts on it a little bit. We can talk a little bit about how this relates to some fucking interesting trends we were discussing ourselves before we got into this fucking episode, actually.
As a Stardew Valley virgin, I guess I'm happy to report that I am no longer.
All right, you cherries.
Valley. So I fucking started, I picked the forest farm and I named it Cokery Forest Farm and created my character Link, and I set out for a couple hours. Started clearing up my farm, walking around, talking to people. I didn't play too much, but it's something. It's definitely different, a little bit outside of my like scope of gaming. Like what I usually stick to. I mean,
I'd say
I know these types of games have been out for a while, but it's kind of like part of that indie surge that. Like, the Stardew Valley's old, right? It's been out for years now.
Oh, it's been out for 5 or 6 years, yeah.
I'm
it came out
way
even well
late
before
to
I
party.
even played it. It came out like 2 years before I started. It was on PC well before console. I got it with the physical console release, actually.
which
that
by
was
that
5
point
years
was
ago,
already
yeah.
been out for a while, right?
Yeah, that's right. It was an indie
Man.
game first.
It fucking reminds me so much, I'm looking it up now, of a PS2 game called, I bet nobody's played this, it's called Metropolis Mania.
Nope. What is that?
It's, I'm gonna post a picture into the Discord. It's like a really fucking, I mean, slightly different, but it's an old PS2 game where you sort of, it's more like city building, like you place buildings and stuff, but then it becomes like almost like Stardew Valley, like a little community of people doing shit. And I hardly remember it because I was a kid and it was a stupid game, but
That's badass.
yeah,
The closest analog is probably Harvest Moon, which I think.
Yeah,
is
maybe it's more like Harvest Moon, which I haven't played either.
I think it like directly apes Harvest Moon. Like it's a Harvest Moon fucking clone essentially.
Like
like
Stardew Valley, you're saying?
If there's like a Souls-like genre, this is in the genre of like that game. I'm pretty sure it's like 1-for-1. I've never played it either because I don't give a fuck about that. It didn't appeal to me with this weird like chibi vibe and like fucking, I don't know. But this game, like, something about it, I don't know what it was, but this game to me feels like, like a platonic form. You know what I mean? If you have this like I don't know about you, but I'm constantly beset by this like pastoral fantasy that I want to just fucking leave behind like bourgeois existence and go live on a farm. You know how frequently
lately more and more I've been
for me, like, that's
feeling that every day.
I think that like for years I've been fucking musing about this concept. I'm like, surely it wouldn't work out very well, but that's why we have Stardew Valley, right? You can explore the form of it, the concept of it. And man, I fucking like, I don't know, man, this game, like Harvest Moon, like, doesn't do that for me. Like, I don't see that in it. But in this, like, clear as day. Even like you mentioned the opening scene, and for me, that's when I knew, like, yes, this game gets what I like about this whole trope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they knows what it's trying to depict there. That immediately spoke to me, right? As soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, me and this game are probably gonna get along.
And the music and the vibe, and it's supposed to be like this, like this nice, like, ideal town, this fucking old school farming valley, and like there's this like corporation that's kind of like Walmart encroaching on it. You can side with like these wood nymphs to fucking push it back and like reclaim it for fucking small scale, like the middle class in nature, I guess.
Yeah. You're not a fan of the JoJo Corporation?
Not myself, but you can side with them, interestingly enough, if you want to.
How does that work? Like, can you get a job with them and shit?
What you do actually is if you do the community center, you have to hand in probably one of every, I don't know if it's one of every crop, but like a huge number of different crops. Whereas if you do JoJo, you just have to pay. You just have to give them money.
Huh.
Yeah. So you can just like do one cash crop and pay your way through the game, and then in the end, like the fucking community center becomes a JoJo Mart like fucking warehouse or something.
Oh god.
But I think it's implied in this ending that the guy who runs JoJo Mart kills himself. I'm not even joking. So that's pretty.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty intense.
It is. It's a fucking crazy game though, man, and like it's another one of those games that like there's so many layers to it too though. Can you imagine this game is made by one guy, and it's like how many years later? I don't even know. 7 years perhaps. When the fuck did Stardew... I can't believe we don't even know this. Stardew Valley. Was it 2014? Like... Release day.
Guessing... Oh, 2016. Wow.
Yeah, 2016. So, okay. It's been 5 years, man. It's been a long fucking time. And now it just launched its 1.5 patch. A massive patch that added, like, a new zone and all this stuff. And I didn't have to pay
definitely not still made by one guy, right?
No, I'm sure he hired a bunch of dudes. That guy's probably like, rolling in it, bro. He's fucking loaded as a bitch.
That's what I mean. Like, this is a big, successful game now. Maybe not big, but it's a very successful game.
I heard, like, I'm pretty sure this is the truth, actually, but it's, like that fucking kind of, like, urban legend that this guy made it on a fucking HP computer from, like, the 90s, like, all on his own. Just one dude, like, all the music, everything, right?
That's fucked.
Yeah, and now he's probably fucking... You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny how you could just, that's the crazy thing. Like, we bitch a lot about the modern age, but like the great thing about this technology that makes it possible to flatten out the whole world is that it allows shit to just break through, right? Like every once in a while,
Something fucking made by one dude for no reason.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like such a fucking vision too, It takes parts from all kinds of things. Like he pretty much ripped the entire mechanical element off from another game the graphics are fucking totally nostalgia porn, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
everything is just a fucking, you know, a pastiche. But at the end of the day, like, he's fucking totally putting all that, like, I see it clear. I don't know, man. Like, when I play this game, I see it clear as day, like, exactly what he's depicting. And I love that shit. You know what I mean? I'm fucking sold. Like, yeah, that's why I love Stardew Valley. It's so fun to get into, too. Like, I played it for the first time co-op the other day. You know, the video that's
Yeah,
on
that
the,
was.
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I'd be so down jumping co-op because, like, it's cool. Like, I mean, obviously, my first time playing it by myself, but now I see the appeal even more of jumping in together and,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, helping each other with our farms, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, even just to fucking mess around and go, like, into dungeons and stuff like that, because there's that element, too, right? Like,
That's another thing I was gonna ask you about.
yeah, there's, like, mine. They have it, they frame it as, like, a mine, you know? You go into this mine, and on different layers there's
Right.
monsters, and, like, you have to fucking kill them with a sword to get the minerals that are on that level, and then eventually you go to a different area. You take this bus, you repair a bus station in the Stardew Valley, and you can take the bus to this desert zone that has another dungeon with the rarest materials in the game and also the hardest monsters, right?
Right.
So it's cool. Like, again,
That's like something I totally wouldn't have expected. Like, just casually be also in the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's. Although I did
Incidental.
see when you select your farm, there's a bunch of different options, and one of them
yeah.
is that one of the farm's monsters just come out at night casually.
Yeah, dude. I that was the one Dan picked. We're playing on it here. You maybe will see on the footage. It's actually pretty fucked up. Like,
I was gonna say,
yeah,
I
on your
should have
farm at
wanted
night.
to pick that one, but the reason I didn't was because I went with my forest theme for my Link Cookery Forest farm. Anyway,
Yeah, no, I feel you. That's cool. I don't even know what the forest one looks like. I'd be very interested to see that, actually.
yeah. So yeah, it sounds like I'm
think-
creative because I'm really not. I couldn't think of anything, so I basically cherry picked some Zelda stuff.
It's badass. I just picked the hill one. When I started my farm, there was only 2 or 3 farms, and I picked the hill one.
Oh, really?
And it's pretty cool. It's like a bunch of different, like, almost like islands practically separated, and most of them I have blueberries on, and then once you unlock the greenhouse, I just gave up planting anything else, and
Oh, really?
I don't even water anymore, yeah. And now I just go every day and collect shit from the farm, from the cows, you know, to make mayonnaise. I pretty much just cycle stuff out of jars, like out of that's my chores, and like the rest of the game for me is progressing my fishing. I think I have to catch a few fish to finish off the community center. And a couple of fruit trees have to bear fruit too. I think I'm like gonna be right at the you're supposed to finish the game by the end of the 3rd year, like whether you're doing the community center or the other route. The game does this, like,
Oh, really?
yeah, like, I shit you not, this is what happens. The ghost of your grandfather comes back to, like, look at your farm and, like, tell you what. You notice that there's a shrine on your... Anyways, yeah, he comes back and he, like, assesses it, and if you beat it, like, you get this fucking thing where it generates this really rare resource every day. Like, you get one for free, pretty much. It's, you know, you beat the game, pretty much, when you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and,
Fuck, I didn't even know it had like wind conditions like that, but I know you mentioned the other night.
yeah, those are the 2, right?
Tweak
You do it either by beating Jojo Mart's thing by paying, or you do it with the community center by attaining all the different items that you need to hand in, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah, they're both really cool, though. Yeah, they're both really cool. I like
I mean,
both concepts, you know?
Yeah. I'm in a slight predicament.
You're deciding
I
which
have
to
one
do.
of these. No, I have one of these Blood Brother fruit punch sour ales I got from you the other day.
That's cool. Did you ever try those before?
No, but I'm about to. But I don't have a bottle opener nearby.
Oh, you just need a lighter, bud.
I have a lighter nearby.
Do you have a table edge you don't mind fucking up?
No, I have a hollow IKEA desk.
Do you have a knife?
You're making good suggestions. I feel powerless right now. I have
You don't
nothing.
Nothing, eh?
We'll
That
find
sucks.
something.
I don't know that, man. You're out of luck. You need a hard edge. That's it.
Can I break it off my PS4?
If you really want, but I think the bottle cap will go after the PS4.
Yeah, right.
Yep. It's funny how that works, eh? Shit, I'm gonna need a bottle
Requesting.
opener too, to be honest with you. Look at this. I got one of these pineapple louvers
Back
here.
up. Those I like.
Mm.
I'm requesting backup.
I'm gonna ask the wife.
Right. Thank you.
Liana! Leanna, I need one too.
This is
What are you
mine.
drinking?
This is a fruit punch sour ale. I've never tried it.
It's not that sweet, actually. That's the interesting thing. It tastes like fruit punch boxes from when you were a kid. Remember Pizza Day in school?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the dry sort of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, isn't it?
Right?
You know?
Yeah, it's not very sweet.
Yeah. Strange, eh? And it's not high alcohol either. You can tell the juice they put in there was already pretty dry.
Yeah,
Neat though. It's neat.
I like it because there's alcohol in it. Can you take that one away?
Yeah.
Thank you. Cheers.
I'm gonna open my bottle too momentarily. One sec.
It's sour as hell. Yeah, fruit punch sour ale. Shit ain't no joke. Ooh. Stardew Valley. Who'd have thought, eh?
Hey,
Who
Cheers,
would
bud.
have thought?
salute.
Cheers. Ah,
Good stuff.
right on.
That's that Stardew Valley ship. I think
Mhm.
I'm right at the end of the game. All I have left to do is a couple of fishing and fucking fruit things, and then like I want to upgrade my jam building capacities. Because as it currently
what?
stands,
Sorry?
I have like you can unlock this greenhouse that lets you plant crops that can just grow all year. You know, it doesn't matter the season. And the great thing is if you plant something like strawberries or corn that just keep producing crops, I'm pretty sure they grow forever. I've had
Really?
strawberries growing for like a whole year now, you know? And so I have like this giant mass of strawberries and I have a jam factory, right? Like a barn full of jam makers.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, and I just put them through there, and then after that, you sell them, right? But I just got this like level 3. You get this house. It's the level 3 house, and it comes with these things in the basement called casks, you know. And in there, you can age things like wine or cheese, which are already second order products, right? Like I got the barn, and you get the milk, right? And you make cheese out of it. You know, I only have 10 cheese makers because you only get 10 milk a day from my barn, so. That's been my fucking thing with that so far. It's pretty good because pretty much every day you get a little bit of income, right? Like $1,000 or $2,000. But now you can take the cheese and put it in these casks, and if you let it sit for 14 days, it doubles in value, right? Which, you know, I guess the point will be to just fill up all the casks and sell all the cheese that's overrun, and after all that stuff comes out, fill it up again, right? And like all these different ways you can just kind of, you know, plop the money in and invest it kind of and quadruple it or double it in like a short period of time, and that's what the game is really all about, right? Like you take your money, you put it in a crop, you wait 14 days, you get more, you put it back in next season, right? Like that's the whole thing, you know? And it's
Slow grind.
yeah, it's weird. It's a weirdly bourgeois game in that sense, eh? But it's fucking
I can say, do you fucking end up being Joja Corporation anyway? Just
yeah, I
making-
guess in a sense, yeah.
Like,
Except
what the fuck?
except in fucking, you know, I guess in a pastoral restriction, right? Like you're growing the farm,
Yeah.
it's all going back into itself, or like you can fully embrace that JoJo like profit side of things and turn Stardew Valley. Like I think that's what we're trying to go with for this. On the one hand, you have to like fucking grow everything and like fucking just, you know, rehabilitate the fullness of the valley, or on the other hand, you just have to prostitute it for money and build corn crops, right?
Yeah, it's cool that
Or,
even you can like sort of go both paths, right?
Yeah,
That
that's
you have
cool.
the freedom to explore Joja, I guess,
Yeah.
if you want to like sort of go to that direction.
Honestly, like I was super surprised when I started this game to even find it had that layer of substance to it, where it was
Yeah, I thought it would
narrativized
be
and
like
just
very,
a sin,
you know,
like just run around and fucking, you know, that kind of thing, right?
yeah, it's a lot deeper than I guess that surface value. But I mean that also I guess lends credit to why it's became so popular, you know. And
Yeah,
it's-
a phenomenon.
sometimes good things can break through, and you know, it's not just the shit things that are popular like it seems, eh?
No, man, no, that's true. That's the fucking bright side of the nuclear
Sure.
age, you know,
Yeah.
the postmodern swamp, right? Like, if everything is
Postmodern
fucking
swamp.
flat and equal, then fucking the good things are in there with the bad things, right? Like,
Hmm.
yeah, maybe you know, it's worth focusing on that more sometimes.
Yeah, I'd say we focus a lot on what is good.
This is like believe it or not, like, you know, this is the most positive I ever am in my life, talking about these kinds of things.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like there was a lot of negativity going on when we started this whole thing, right? When we started our channel and you know, got together to talk about stuff. It was a lot of times it was like we were just ragging on whatever bullshit was going on.
Yeah, really, that's what it started as, us bitching,
right?
Yeah, that
which is funny because that's like the end goal, right? With all the clickbaity things, and we sort of like went the other way.
Yeah, we totally departed from that.
We're like, fuck that. I guess we're destined to just be poor for the rest of our lives, but that's fine too.
Ah, fuck it, I love being poor, man.
Ah, fuck it.
The only thing to do with money is smoke or drink it.
That's all I've been doing with mine lately. I just buy a shit ton of video games lately.
Yeah, fuck, I
dumped a bunch of money into my PC so I can sit here and look at it all day. Good times.
Lately, I feel like I've been unable to fucking, you know, like I mentioned last week, like the act of playing games, like so many games where I just sit down and I'm like, yeah, I really want to fucking do this. Like I'm thinking about, like, in my head, like, fuck, I really want to see this place, like see these characters, like this kind of shit, you know? And then I get in there and I like find myself like collect 5 fucking douches from the floor of the fucking asshole, you know? And you're like, fuck, what am I doing? What is this menial, unrelated fuck, you know? And you just fucking something in me snaps like immediately now, you know? I have patience is like I have none, you know, in any area of my life anymore. It's gone. And
yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah,
largely.
So I just put that shit down. And lately I feel like I go to find like some fucking book or something like that and it clicks with me somehow easier, you know? Like I find some good fucking writing. And it's easier to get into, right? Like your mind just fucking accepts it. Like it's not like revolting in the same way that it does when you're doing trivial shit in a video game. And sometimes though the same thing happens when you're trying to read or whatever, of course, or watch a movie, right? No doubt. But like, yeah.
I guess it's easier though in games, right? Because it's like when I was telling you the first time I ever played World of Warcraft and why I never played it again. Yeah. It was literally because of that. It was like, go to the forest and slay 9 of these things, and I'm like, really? Like this is the best you got? Like, come on, what the fuck?
Yeah. Exactly. So I don't know, man, like that's why things maybe like Little Nightmares or Stardew, like there's a certain appeal to them because although they're fucking, especially Stardew, like it's fucking purely mechanical in many ways, but like the entire fucking thing, like it's a systemic representation of its fucking like pastoral source material, right? Like it justifies it, I guess I'm trying to say it, right? It's not a fucking facile thing. Again, I go back to this game over and over and over again, and like it just goes to show it's not even the fucking, at the end of the day, you can turn any mechanics into gold if you fucking have a competent reason for fucking employing them in your depiction, right? Yeah,
like in Death Stranding, you know, people fucking, that's the best part. People make fun of it and say, like, ooh, walking simulator, and it's like, but to what you just said, he turned that gameplay, and I don't want to call it a walking simulator because obviously that's a huge fucking, you know, misleading statement, but he turned what gameplay is in that game and used it to fucking like make his whole vision make sense. Like it makes sense, right?
Yeah, for
it
sure.
All fucking comes exactly together it. that vision that he had, and the gameplay is enough to fucking put that through, right?
I think so.
Well, people make fun of it and criticize it for maybe having, you know, not as much action or not as much sort of like you know, like any other AAA game, but really he made an even better game with less of that. Like is what I'm trying to say, I guess, right?
I think, like, you know,
it's even more impressive.
I think fucking maybe I'm gonna regret fucking bringing this up, but I think like what you just said for me, like it reminds me exactly of that fucking whole thing going on with this like fucking this Fallujah game and shit like that.
6 days in Fallujah.
The reason it reminds me of this is because on the one hand, of course, like fucking, it's ridiculous to deny fucking something like, I don't know what people even mean when they talk about these kinds of things, really, to be honest with you. But I
think they know, because I see everything I read and see is like almost like differing opinions.
Yeah, but
people are trying to. Sorry.
Continue. No, you don't. Surely you nor I nor anybody in the world would fucking believe the depiction of war is not the depiction of a political act. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's built in.
It to the depiction of that act, yes. But like that's different than saying your depiction itself is a political act. That's frankly like that's not
statement, right?
That's not fucking true, buddy. You know, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, like you can depict things for very many reasons. You can depict it to mock them, to misconstrue them, for propaganda, for very many reasons, right? Like the act of depicting it is not like for fucking somebody like Neil Druckmann to be like, no, if you choose subject matter, your goal then is definitionally to inform and provide the right ethical perspective on it. Like, what are you even talking about? What kind of fucking anthropocentric nonsense is that? How did it look from the perspective of that fucking bug watching from the rock, you idiot? Like, it definitionally does not reduce to any of that shit. That's so much of that is social construction, you know? That's not all that
it has no fucking place in video games or in any art. Like,
maybe though, like, I mean, I agree with you, of course. Like, I don't think it does, but like, we don't even have to get to that question. Like, if you're simply saying the act of depiction is tantamount to like making some kind of moral statement, it's simply not, right? Like, you can depict for very many reasons, you know, to bastardize, to satirize, to fucking for many. We don't even have to, like, it's so obvious that we don't have to fucking sit here and list all the fucking different reasons, right?
Yeah.
But just to say this. If you are going to fucking depict it, then you have to be making an ethical claim. Then you have to be telling people the right way to look at it. No, man, that's fucking obviously retarded. Like, of course, the act of war is it's like saying, no, we made a game about voting, but the act of voting is not political. No, of course it is. The subject matter is, but your use of that matter does not have to be. Of course not. Right? What the fuck? And if it is, I would even venture further, it's not art anymore, right? It's propaganda. You can fucking call yourself whatever you like. You can fucking stand there on your soapbox and prattle to people, but all you are is fucking, you know, some Stalinistic fucking propagandist at the end of the day. You're saying,
you might as well avoid the whole video game entirely and
the funny thing is,
make a fucking poster.
For sure. Make a pamphlet, right? But the best part is, these guys are saying, this shit, you can't deny that art is political. You can't say there's a non-political depiction. You know, every depiction is political. Then what you're saying is, I'm pissed that it's not depicting my fucking perception of the politics, right? Like, not that I disagree, though. Like, to be fair, like, I too agree that the fucking the war in Iraq was a fucking, you know, a travesty for very many reasons. Like, I just like American imperialism. I just like the revolutionary, like, fucking disposition in all its forms. Like, let's not even get into that shit. It goes without saying. But at the same time, you know, you can be like, this guy fucking Louis Ferdinand Celine, you know, which people are probably going to hate me for even bringing this guy up because I think he was some kind of right-wing sympathizer and they don't even read him in university anymore, but he depicted war.
No, of course not.
You know, he depicted it for the purpose of showing its fucking absurdity, for example, right? Like how a bunch of fucking young men at the age of 18 were sent to ride on horses with guns drawn at each other and they literally could not even tell you why, you know, not one of them, right?
Yeah.
They were just going to the meat grinder, like hundreds of, it's absurd, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, he's depicting this. What is he depicting it for? To tell you about its, you know, fucking political... Man, it's an artistic point. It's fucking absurd. This may be the matter where he germinates his seed of concept, right? Like, but it doesn't make it the purpose of it. It's wrong to call that a fucking, quote-unquote, political expression. Like, what are you saying, a Republican or a Democrat point? Like, fucking this facile Californian stupidity that somebody like Neil Druckmann or Cory Ball would have you expect, you know?
So it's the same fucking the usual suspects, eh? You got Neil commenting in there, like you said.
And it's just like literally like a fucking what a bunch of meat puppets, like all just affirming the same thing to each other. Like what you're saying is really somehow fucking profound. Like, dude, nobody's fucking denying that the act of war is a political fucking depiction. All they're denying is that you have to make some kind of statement by depicting it. Are you really saying that everything that I depict is a statement of my point of view? Is that really true? Like, fucking spend 2 seconds examining that, bro. Like, that's some fucking childish, idiot epistemology that fucking better men than me have disputed 50 times over, and I'm not even gonna bother with right now, you know? You really have to be up your own asshole to even bother with that shit. Like, actually.
From what I saw in the comments, people were like, well, don't name it 6 Days in Fallujah or whatever. I guess basically what they're trying to say is don't have it be about that at all unless you're, like you said, portraying my side of politics. Ugh, people are just gross, man. Like, just
now again though, like, if what people are saying is like, you know, you're trying to fucking turn this into I'm sure they're right that these guys are essentially making American propaganda, you know. I don't mean to fucking deny any such thing. Merely the principled point that in depicting something, you do so for the purpose of telling us a moral perspective on it. Like, fuck your moral perspective, Neil Druckmann.
Yeah.
I don't trust this guy to
But, like-
fucking... This guy fucking... I wouldn't trust him around my child, let alone to give me a fucking moral perspective on anything. Fuck you, bro. You know what I mean? In that sense, fuck you to hell. Like, nobody's denying wars are political acts, just that you have a valid point to make on it. You know what I mean? Like, is that complicated in any sense of the phrase? I don't think so, right?
But fucking, what I don't understand is, well, like, even, okay, you're saying you don't doubt that they're making some kind of American propaganda, but in what way exactly?
Well, if fucking anybody's saying, like, yeah, well, we just want to fucking depict, like, the harrowing situations that these American soldiers went through and, you know, not fucking recognize the fact. That's like, literally, bro, like, in a sense, you're an invading army, right? Like, you're not fucking, you know, like, it's like that fucking... It's like making a game in the posture of the fucking Empire in Star Wars or fucking any of those kinds of things, essentially. Like, I get that point. But again, we do have games in the posture of the Empire in Star Wars. It can be done. Yeah. And people are like, yeah, well, I know that they're the bad guy, but it's like an anti-hero. Like, it's not a complicated point. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, no doubt the subject matter has some fucking place in the world. Nobody's denying that kind of thing. But for you to say... in depicting it, you have some responsibility to tell people what people did was wrong. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? What are you even talking about? I too agree that, but I fucking would bet my non-existent life savings on the fact that fucking Neil Druckmann and Corey fucking baby balls there cannot fucking give you anything resembling an argument on fucking good or evil or moral wrongness, right? Like, that fucking posturing is sickening, you know? And it's especially sickening when a bunch of people come together like a cloud of fucking mosquito retards to fucking prattle about how something is wrong, you know? It is so fucking wrong that if you really believed how wrong it was, you would move out of California altogether, you know? Because your taxes literally finance that shit, right? Like, what kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everything seems to be coming out of the same place, eh?
Yeah.
Hate to say it. But...
yeah, well, them Sony creators, they're like the Dead Poets Society for idiots, you know?
God.
For rich idiots.
I don't want to know anything about that game anymore, only because of what is surrounding it.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because
I truly though, like, I mean, like, I like games like that too. Like, to me though, this is no more complicated than your average Call of Duty game, which often fucking is featuring, you know, modern combat situations, right? Like, we are fucking well aware that this depiction is serving some fucking national interest, right? Like, it's usually made with the fucking involvement of the U.S. government, you know? Just like movies. It's not even a joke. Like, when you make a movie involving the government, like the military, like, they can be involved. They even give you assets and stuff like that, but I think they have a veto over the depiction of them. You know what I mean? Like,
probably Transformers, you can't them in a bad light.
I shit you not,
whatever.
this is a thing. Like, Google it after we're done here. Like, this is a thing. It is an actual thing. Like, Hollywood movies are made with the cooperation of the American government. Like, it's not a joke. Like, movies are American propaganda, right? Like, and it's no different for this kind of stuff. You know?
They're probably gonna have some kind of like checklist.
Dude, you're saying like you're making it with the cooperation of people who fought there. Like, how can you deny? Like, it is of course retarded to say like there's no perspective involved. You literally just said it's based on somebody's perspective, right? Like,
yeah,
that's dumb as fuck, right? Like, everybody can see that, you know? And I think that's the root behind people's fucking outrage. Like, of course it's, in that sense, absolutely, like, it's an individual subject perspective. How could it not be, quote-unquote, political, requisitely, right? Like, of course it is, you know? You can't say, well, you know, we don't want to fucking show a subject perspective, so we just quoted these subjects on their perspective, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense, really. But, again, conversely, like, I don't agree that your only reason for depicting something is to fucking moralize. That's exactly what I reject entirely.
No, that's fucking bullshit.
We can do the opposite, right? Like, we can depict political things, like BioShock, you know? Entirely political subject matter.
Well, what's wrong with even just being the bad guys in anything? Like, remember, like, stupid games like Overlord or, like...
Or that fucking Call of Duty game where you fought a bunch of, you shot a bunch of people at the airport or something like that, right?
Oh, dude, you can't even like talk about that. That's so taboo now in the game industry.
But I just mean to say, of course, buddy. Like,
but yeah, it exists. It's happened before. It's a thing.
The point is to make you not sympathize with it, not to sympathize with it. You know?
Yeah, and that's
do it at all.
It's not You're not supposed to play that mission and be like, yeah, fuck you, civilians. Like I'm sure people do, right, for fun. But I probably have too. But yeah, that's not the point of the scene, right?
Yeah. I guess just at the end of the day, like
literal people have become.
It is really funny.
Fiction is promotion, like okay,
something like that.
Fucking idiots.
Something like that. Ah well.
I hope they never talk about this game ever again.
Honestly, I kind of hope it just
fizzles away. I mean, if it was a good game, yeah, sure, whatever. But who the fuck even knows?
That kind of. Not many things recover from that kind of bad press, eh?
That's the thing. Like, I think it's already toast.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to see, eh?
We'll just have to wait and see, won't we?
Yeah.
What do you say we go for another 20 minutes or so?
Yeah, I got a little bit of steam left in me. What?
Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab something from the fridge if that's cool.
No problem.
I'll be right back, friends.
Kenny. Me getting near the end of this fight. Fuck. And almost dying, of course. Fuck, this took a lot longer than I remember it being. It seemed to fly by when I was getting my ass fucking kicked. Sick though, sick. Oof. I think, oddly enough, Cloud died more than, well, he died more than any of the other characters, probably because I was using him more than Aerith and Tifa. Okay, bud. And if you're on YouTube, you're probably watching Mike's footage, which is not going to line up with mine at all. I'm on Twitch. Got some Stardew Valley going. Interesting. Fucking cool side by side. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know how I feel about this.
we're back. Hello.
Wait. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yo.
because we saw so many.
Hi, Leanna.
Hey, sorry.
No problem.
What's going on?
Nothing, you know. Just living, man.
Me too.
It's a whole
Just
thing.
living.
Yep.
It definitely is a thing. It's quite the thing lately. Fuck.
It's perhaps the only thing.
It requires so much of me these days.
Mm-hmm.
Can't just live. No. I gotta have my balls torn up every day and broken in order for me to live.
I find
It's
it's
another
more like a slow, drawn out, like just like scraping, you know?
Just like slowly scraping my face against the concrete.
It's not even painful, really. It's just irritating enough that it drives you mad, you know? Constant, like a fucking itching in your head. Yeah,
Yep. Kind of like little nightmares.
yeah, kind of like fucking that broadcasting signal there that drives all the people mad in that game. I should play that tonight. I'm excited to get into it. Fuck. I know it won't take that long to get through.
Yeah, I'm on chapter 2 out of like 4 or 5, which can't be that long, right?
Yeah.
But I only played like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, so cool. I would be down to get into it a little bit more. I'm sort of torn, like I don't know what else to play. If I should play like it's more Final Fantasy. I've been juggling through, 10 a little bit, 15 a little bit, 7 remake on hard. I've been playing Ease, which I want to play a little bit more.
Yeah.
There's like nothing, but there's also so much. There's always so much, right?
Yeah, there's always tons.
It's a matter of something actually grabbing you and
Yeah, for sure.
which right now there's not much doing that, so we're gonna have to pick something.
Really don't
Maybe
know.
force it a little bit.
Let's do some Stardew.
Stardew's good. I'd be down to play some more Stardew for sure. I've been
I'll help
falling
you.
back into. Sorry,
No, continue.
I was gonna say I've been falling back into some of my FPS habits of just, logging on for like an hour and just running around shooting people and then fucking moving on.
Yeah.
It's good for like little blasts, but like I get the yearning that like like I want something. Like for some reason like they've been always thinking about Skyrim a lot, and like I want something in that vein of like a big fucking magical medieval fantasy world, something like that. Anyway,
Yeah,
I guess
feel you. Try Kingdoms of Amalur, man, if you've never played that. That's
I
a
was
good game.
thinking about that too. Yeah, I have not played that at all.
Oh, it's a good game. It's
That'd be a
beautiful.
nice one. Eh?
I think you might dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So did we talk about like recently? What's been? Fuck, has it been this slow?
It's been quite a bit slow. Yeah, I don't know. Really, like my attention has been focused almost entirely on fucking. I've been thinking
reading,
a lot
right?
about. I've been reading, yeah, a lot. But if I'm gonna play something, it's gonna be Blasphemous, Stardew, or fucking.
I'm watching that footage you have up.
Yeah, maybe some Neo.
Honestly, it looks sick. Like I wouldn't mind playing Blasphemous. Yeah, we should jump back into Neo too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I totally gave up on things like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and on Ghost of Tsushima, man. Because like at that stage, the gameplay is like just totally trivialized for me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Good thing I beat those for us. No, Ghost. Which games did you say? Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Fuck that. Yeah, I can't. That one I can't even. Oh my god, I'm watching you get wrecked. Absolutely stomped in Blasphemous.
Oh yeah, at a boss. Oh, like at the beginning of probably, yeah, I'm sure.
Holy shit. You're just getting manhandled.
Many times.
Fuck. Tough, eh?
Oh yeah.
This looks like proper, like a Souls, like almost like Souls, like 2D, right?
Oh, it's a Souls like, yeah. It's hard, but I mean, so far, you know, maybe a third of the way through, I haven't found it as hard as a Souls game. You know.
Yeah.
Not quite. Yeah. It's cool though. It might be worth checking out. Otherwise, fucking man, we could get back into Neo. We could play some, even
Yeah,
fucking,
Neo.
yeah, some Stardew, some Remnant from the Ashes. All these things are pretty fine.
Lots of options out there, man.
Definitely.
Not gonna lie, ever since you showed me that dude on Twitter that I follow now, the guy who always talks about like combat systems and stuff.
Yeah.
The guy who worked on Star Wars makes me kind of want to jump into Jedi Fallen Order again, which
Shit, me too.
you've always said you wanted to and never.
Me too, yeah.
I just like part of it is like I don't know what the fuck difficulty to stay on. Like there's like 4, man. Like
I don't like them making me choose. I don't like that at all.
Fuck, that's what I mean. Like because then I feel less compelled to like struggle through it if I know that I can just drop it down. You know what I mean? It's not like you're playing like Bloodborne or Dark Souls, Demon Secure, or whatever the hell. And it's like, no, this is it, right? This is too, you can't do it too fucking bad. It's not like, oh, well, it's just a cop out. I just we'll put it on semi-normal, easy, or whatever. And then you just blow through it, and you're like, this is great, yeah, good job.
Either, to be honest,
right? That is the only one thing that like turns me off. But like, I guess at the same time, it's a big Star Wars game. They want everybody to be able to play it like it's Star Wars, right?
That would be inhibitive. Disney owns it, you know?
Yeah. So.
There's something anti-consumerist about Dark Souls, you know?
Right? And it's crazy that it's survived and thrived.
Yeah, in a capitalist world, it really is.
Right? Yeah.
This goes to show capitalism, post-modernity has room for everything under the sun. Its only law is indifference. That's the truth, but...
Fuck.
I'll take you. I can afford you, you know?
Yep.
I can sell you back to yourself. What are you going to play tonight, if anything?
Tonight? I'm thinking of either Ease a little bit more, although I can't imagine I'll spend too much time in there. Not sure. That's like kind of the only new-ish thing that's compelling me, unless I jump back into Stardew.
Yeah.
Or like Little Nightmares, but yeah, those are my options, I think, really. Or we could go into Neo or something, but I don't know if I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel
like fucking.
I don't feel like struggling tonight. Yeah.
No, not at all.
It's the beauty of it, though. One day I will feel like a masochist and just be like, "Let's do this.
Yeah.
Kick
right?
my ass."
That's the great thing about Stardew, man. The feeling of being in that game is fucking just pure like tranquility, you know. It's
totally the opposite of a Souls Age, just feeling like good and happy and nice.
Yep.
Doing the things. Yeah.
It definitely is the opposite. Yep.
That's awesome.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. It's oh boy, is it the opposite of a Souls? Is it ever? Yeah, I would say so. It has a nice blocking system though, which I finally like, bro. I've played this game for 5 years. I finally learned how to use the blocking system.
It has blocking?
Yeah. A nice little window too, where your guy holds the thing and you can't take damage. It's serious. Yeah.
Get out of here in Stardew.
Yeah, shit you not. Yeah. And my guy's named Liquor Shaman. Did I mention that?
Liquor Shaman, yeah.
So it's hilarious where like he just passed out in the mines and like somebody found him. It's like, Liquor Shaman, wake up! You know, you passed out in the mines.
I was gonna ask you, is that
Mr. Leahy?
Keep pushing yourself?
Yeah, you pass out, somebody drags you home. I think they charge you a couple of bucks. So a nice tactic, by the way, is to just not sell anything until you save all your like sellable stuff until you need it, and always run with $0, like Trump. You know what I mean? Be broke all the time.
Oh my god, really? You can do that? So what happens? And you just wake up?
Yeah, like if you pass out somewhere, they take like a 10% of your money or something like that. So if you have $40, they take nothing, right? But if you have 40,000, then they take something, right? So.
What if you have like $0, or do you just
take nothing. Yeah, they take nothing. Yeah, they take like a percentage. Like when you pass out somewhere from exhaustion or from staying out too late, they take you back to your house, and you wake up late in the day. You have less energy and you get charged some money, but the money is the worst part. And if you fucking don't worry too much about money, like then you're good, right? Just keep all your shit until you really until you need to buy something, right? Then you sell it all, and then the next day you buy something. That's how she goes. Yeah, man.
That's fucked. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think you're gonna play? What do you got?
I'm
You're
gonna play
gonna
Blasphemous, I think.
Blasphemous? Yeah.
Either that or Stardew Valley. Blasphemous is hard though, but fuck it. That's okay. That's what I need.
Yeah, I'm
right
watching
now.
it now. It's pretty sick.
I need to be shaken up a bit.
Kick your ass a little bit, get you back into gear.
That's right.
Hey, dude, I should play 3D Super Mario 3D World.
Do it, man. You know how that shit is.
I guess that's more of like in the vein of shutting your brain off and just being.
I really
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea actually what those games are. I don't know.
Could be frustrating too. I mean,
I don't know. I actually don't know the content of either of those. Like, are they like fucking Mario
so
Galaxy
yeah,
style?
you know what the concept behind 3D Mario World is?
No.
It's essentially a 2D Mario game but made in 3D dimensions. So it's not quite like Odyssey or Super Mario 64. It's more literally like a 2D Mario with stages, very defined levels, just that they're in the 3D space and not the 2D. So it's like super gamification, like
Huh. Oh,
because it's like Super Mario World, that's like just a
Yeah,
2D, with the overworld, you go through each fucking world level, whatever.
I feel you. Maybe I should try that shit.
Right.
Who knows?
It's okay. It's fun to like just fuck around. I've always liked messing around in the modern 3D Mario games or 2D Mario games, 2D, 3D, whatever the fuck. But I can never like play it for longer than like 2 days.
Yeah,
And by that I mean like 3 or 4 hours and like I'm done.
I feel you.
I just get bored of it.
Yeah, definitely.
But I always like jumping in. Just it's fun to even because it's got like drop in, drop out co-op, so we just noodle around.
For sure, man. Well, fucking, on that note, perhaps we should shut her down.
I think it's time.
Yeah, man, maybe we'll regroup in a short while to play some games. I'll shoot you a message there.
Yeah.
Alright, buddy. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you all, and we'll fucking chat with you on Saturday or next Tuesday. Take care of yourselves. And, I'll talk to you soon, Alex.
Yeah, man.